Good morning, guys. I'm gonna show you why you should not buy a 3-valve Mustang. Let's just start with the basics here, all right? 127,000 miles on the clock. Tears in all right shape, you know. Shift's pretty good still. This one's pretty much 100% stock, besides a shitty muffler delete done by the previous owner. But I mean, other than that, you know, it's a pretty nice looking car. But there's one problem that these cars seem to have after they pass 120,000 miles, and that is the camshaft phasers just going bad. Like, literally, thing is, car in a cold start run perfectly fine. I can drive it to work, no problem. As soon as the car starts heating up, you know, and just starts knocking, idle drops, no acceleration. I already tried unplugging my VCT solenoids. Where was that? I bought some right there. I had to buy some, the position sensors. You know, here's the old one. Look, look at it. Do you see anything wrong with it? Because I don't. I don't at all. You know, with the valve cover gaskets. You know, just the phasers and the valve cover gaskets alone cost me about $400. And not only to go with that, but trying to put this on, this came out of alignment. If you look at the cam phasers out of alignment, camshaft kicked over. So, you know, that's how it is, man. That's what happens when you think you could do a job, but you can't. And the thing is it's like, even if you can do it, you're gonna have to deal with all this. But that's not even the main thing, too. I was lucky enough at least to get one that had a timing job done about a couple of years ago, and one that had a, I think the oil pump was replaced too. The only problem is when they did the camshaft phaser replacement, they put in the Dorman ones. And the thing is, look at this. Does it look like it has any problems? No. But does it? Yep. And then look what happens when you buy one from Ford, like everybody says. It just breaks apart. $200 a piece for that, for it to not even work, you know? I mean, clearly, previous owner did not keep up on oil changes, just judging by, you know, the camshafts. But that is why I would not recommend buying a 3-valve Mustang. I had a 2-valve Mustang, 150,000 miles on the clock. Had a couple ticks noise here and there, probably a couple lifter ticks. No problems with whatsoever, just burned a little bit of oil. Nothing wrong with that, okay? I can deal with that. This one, on the other hand, I couldn't even drive it down the road. I mean, this car is what, 12 years old? It already has this many problems. I go back to my New Edge Mustang. I had simple problems, you know, coil pack, whatever. You know, so I don't know what I have in store yet for this car. I'm already kind of fucked it up. And also, judging by the engine, looks like it honestly could just use a new engine at this point. I mean, everything's just so dirty and grimy. And I don't know if you put a cheap timing kit on it or not. I don't even know if the oil pump was done. But my recommendation, guys, is just to stick with a 5.0 or a 2-valve. But I would, honestly, this would probably be the last Mustang I ever buy again. I mean, maybe if you have the money for it, yeah, sure, but, you know, I definitely made a mistake here. I'm just going to tell you personally what happened to me. I traded my 2003 Mustang GT for this with $1,500 on top. I saw it had a check engine light on, but, you know, me being dumb me, I think it's because, oh, he has no rear mufflers. That has to be why. You know, the car drives fine all the way halfway up until I'm getting home, and then out of nowhere it starts knocking, get an oil pressure low, warning light. You know, it's just everything goes wrong. And then I'm thinking, what the hell is that? And then, again, me being me, I didn't do any research on this motor. They're known for having millions of problems, you know, from oil pump failures, timing chains, camshaft phasers, you name it. These motors are not built to last, especially when you don't do oil changes like that. So my advice is, if you are gonna buy a 3-valve, I would really, you know, check up on it, really look at it. Don't just, you know, buy it like I did just because I was like, oh look, a 2007 Mustang, you know, that's a nice car, you know, all one color, unlike my old car. But you know, look what I have to pay for the consequences. But like I said, I would definitely do your research on whatever 3-valve you're buying. I would definitely try to buy one under 100,000 miles, or at least buy one that had a full timing rebuild, maybe even an oil pump put in there. And definitely probably a camshaft phaser replacement, or at least just make sure they kept up with the oil changes. But you know, till next time, guys, I don't know what's in store for this Mustang. I'll keep you updated in a couple weeks. But also, like I've heard that everybody recommends actually 5W30 instead of 5W20 for this, because that was more for emissions and fuel economy. But in reality, 5W30 works better. I mean, I know right here it says 5W20, but I mean, even my old car, I ran 5W30. I always liked running a little bit of a thicker oil, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really have much more advice to give you. I mean, I was going to do a full oil change too. Only recommend, you know, that's great. Only recommend Motorcraft filters, you know, probably broken now, you know what I'm saying? But it's actually, check it out. Low-key feel like I broke it. No, it looks okay. Alright. You know what I'm saying? It's just what happens when you buy a 3-valve, man. Never again.